Welcome to Map Your Mind. Travel through the world with your brain. Out in the sapphire heart of the South Pacific, where coral reefs shimmer like ancient crowns and jungles breathe to the rhythm of rain, lies an archipelago born of fire, carved by ocean and whispered into legend. This is Fiji. Not just one island, but over 300. A scattered kingdom of volcanic peaks, palm-fringed shores, and traditions older than time. Let's sail into its story. Before the world knew its name, long before European maps dared to mark the Pacific, these islands were already home. Seafarers from Southeast Asia, part of the mighty Austronesian migration, arrived here. More than 3,500 years ago, they traveled by star and swell, navigating thousands of miles of open ocean using nothing but the sky, the sea, and the instincts passed down by generations. These were the Lapita people, ancestors of modern Fijians. They brought pottery, plants, pigs, and the seed of a culture that would grow strong and resilient. In the centuries that followed, Fiji became a crossroads, a meeting point of Melanesian heart and Polynesian grace, warriors and weavers, canoe builders and chiefs. It was here that ancient clans carved out identities with deep spiritual roots, a fierce respect for the land, and a social code etched in taboos and honor. The age of chiefs and firewalkers. In pre-colonial Fiji, power pulsed through the great chiefdoms, each with its own stories, gods, and warriors. Ceremonies unfolded beneath towering beer huts, and the air hummed with chants, drums, and the rhythmic pounding of the lolly. Fiji became known for its legendary warriors and the practice of firewalking, still performed today on the island of Beka. But with tradition also came tension. Rivalries between powerful clans sparked battles over land honor, and monospiritual energy believed to flow through people and objects. Yet in this rugged, ritual-bound world, respect for ancestors, for ceremony, and for nature remained unshaken. Then came the sails. In 1643, Dutch explorer Abel Tasman passed near the islands. But it wasn't until 1774 that Captain James Cook's expedition properly recorded them. By the early 1800s, sandalwood traders, missionaries, and European sailors began arriving, some peacefully, others bringing disease and disruption. Soon, guns, Christianity, and colonial interest were reshaping the islands. Some chiefs embraced the new faith. Others resisted. Old rivalries intensified under the strain of foreign goods and foreign ideas. One name towers over this era: Tesero Ebenisa Kakabau, a powerful chief who declared himself king of Fiji in the 1850s. He united the islands under a fragile peace, but, unable to control mounting debts and foreign pressures, he ceded Fiji to Britain in 1874. A colony carved by sugar and struggle. As a British colony, Fiji changed fast. Plantations rose, and with them came laborers, not just Fijians, but thousands of indentured workers from India, brought to toil in sugarcane fields under punishing conditions. Between 1879 and 1916, more than 60,000 Indians arrived. They endured hardship, but built families, mosques, temples, and communities that would forever change the cultural fabric of Fiji. By the 20th century, Fiji was no longer just a Melanesian paradise, it was a mosaic of identities, beliefs, and tensions, independence, and the challenge of unity. In 1970, Fiji gained peaceful independence from Britain. But peace would be tested. As Indo-Fijian communities grew and calls for equality rose, political power struggles erupted. In 1987, military coups rocked the nation, sparked by fears over Indian-led political leadership. More coups followed in 2000 and 2006, reflecting deep questions about identity, land rights, and who truly belonged. Through it all, Fijians of every heritage kept the soul of the islands alive. Today, over 55% of the population is indigenous Fijian, while around 37% are Indo-Fijian. Despite the past, modern Fiji strives to be a multiracial democracy, rewriting its constitution and redefining what it means to be Fijian, not just by blood, but by belonging. Fiji today, rebuilding with grace. In the 21st century, Fiji is rising one wave at a time. Its economy is fueled by tourism, sugar, and water exports. Yes, that famous bottle of Fiji water. It's a leader in climate change advocacy, speaking boldly on the world stage for vulnerable island nations. Fijians still gather for kava ceremonies, still honor the spirits of the land, still surf and fish and sing with the same ocean-born rhythm that echoes back millennia. It is a country of coral cathedrals, rugby legends, and warm welcomes, where a smile is offered before a name, where history is sung in harmony, and where resilience wears a flower behind its ear. Fun fact: Fiji is one of the very few countries where you can cross the international date line and literally be in today and tomorrow at the same time. It's also where the traditional kava drink is shared in ceremonies of peace and community. made from the root of a pepper plant. So, when you think of Fiji, don't just picture paradise. See the voyagers who followed stars, the warriors who walked on fire, the workers who planted hope, the people who rebuild with kindness over and over again. This is Fiji, and its heart beats with the pulse of the ocean itself. Where to next? The world is wide and it's waiting for you on Map Your Mind. Which moment in Fiji's story stirred your soul the most?